We know he was not buckled in the transportation wagon, as he should have been. No excuses for that, period. We know our police employees failed to get him medical attention in a timely manner multiple times. I am clear that Reverend Gwynn of Ministerial Alliance has called for my resignation. That's not going to happen.
Freddie Gray and another unidentified person at the moment fled on foot. One of our bicycle officers dismounted his bicycle and gave chase on foot, while the two other bicycle officers remained on their bicycles and chased both Freddie Gray and this other unidentified male in a southbound direction, and eventually ends up along the 1700 block of Pressbury, and that's where the apprehension of Freddie Gray occurred. And quite frankly, that's exactly where Freddie Gray should have received medical attention, and he did not.
There's a gap for me. The gap between where Mr. Gray ran from the officers and where the video picks up. What we don't have there is witnesses or CCTV information to show what occurred there. The van driver stops a third time. We have another officer that comes up to witness Mr. Gray. Mr. Gray is talking there. They pick him up off the floor and place him on the seat at that time. He says he needs a medic, I think is the terminology. And so I have another gap between that time and where he gets to the last stop that we have to have information on. What you see us tap dancing on and balancing here is that if someone harmed Freddie Gray, we're going to have to prosecute them. And so giving too much information out to you on the front here now may jeopardize that prosecution.
What they'll say is, well, you know what? If I did this, you know, people in your community are saying, they would have arrested me already. Maybe they'd charge me, maybe they wouldn't. Why weren't these officers arrested? You got a guy who dies in their custody with a crushed larynx and a broken spine. You know, he did that to himself in a van? Maybe, maybe not, but certainly it would be probable cause that a crime may have been committed for a citizen as the defendant. Why not here?
So what you're talking about is the deeper issues and the pain that I know exists in our community.
No, I'm talking specific to the facts of this case.
Yeah, specifically to this case.
You know, not to pad your pedigree, but you are a practicing attorney. You know, if it were a regular person, a citizen, and you had someone with a crushed larynx and a broken spine, and it was just about your client and that victim, that would very likely be probable cause for some type of arrest and charges.
You're speculating, quite likely, but it could be the same situation. And at the end of the day, it's about this case and making sure that we're getting this case right. It has nothing to do with speculation about any other cases out there. This family wants justice. They don't want us to sit here and speculate about what could have happened if it was a private citizen that did it.
But you know the message it sends when the officers are home getting paid and Freddie Gray's dead, and it seems like there's a connection between what happened to him. And nobody wants to paint the police in a bad light. That does not help the future of your community. But the suspicion is what matters. You understand what I'm saying? I
absolutely understand, and that's why I've worked so hard to reform our department. I lobbied to get the Department of Justice in here to do a collaborative reform process because I know we have issues with our police department. I know that there are issues of mistrust, and I want to do everything in my power to bring the resources to my city so we can fix it. And we're going to do that. The issues that you're talking about, and the mistrust and the expectations, that's bigger than this one case, and we have to get it right. So while we seek justice for Freddie Gray, I'm going to continue to push for progress. I'm going to continue to work with communities so we can do the healing that they say that they want and the police say that they want.